welcome to Sarver, Pennsylvania, as we welcome you all in here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. As I am Al Smith, they call me Upstate Al. We're proud to bring you tonight's racing action of the All-Star Racing Series presented by Autocraft Paint and Body Works here tonight in round number 9 of the series here, round number 8, excuse me. After last week's events, they were down at the Charlotte Motor Speedway as they get ready to go with tonight's racing action. We'll take that off the screen there for a moment, but we are here in Sarver, Pennsylvania at the Lernerville Speedway, which is a 4/10 dirt mile track. It was currently owned by Thompson Scrap Metal. Lernerville currently hosts the World of Outlaw Sprint Car Series, World of Outlaw Late Models events, and All-Star Circuit of Champions, along with weekly racing at Don Martin's Lernerville Speedway. And this track is one that all these drivers would like to win here tonight. 50 laps in the distance. We have 12 cars signing in to do battle for you. Last week we saw our first repeat winner here tonight as we get ready to go with tonight's racing action. Charlotte Top 3 saw Justin Holt become the first two-time winner of the series. It took that long for that to happen. Jacob Lassiter and John Darby knocking on the doorsteps would round out your podium 1 week ago. The clay surface here, that famous red Pennsylvania dirt clay down here, is going to provide a lot of racing action. And who will go off the outside of the speedway? No walls in either corner, and that, well, you can go outside the racetrack and slide all the way down. They got some used boats and some old school buses down there that they use for packing purposes. Well, you can go down there and check them out if you get off the backstretch of the speedway. Something you do not want to do, but it will happen at some point here tonight. We can tell you who's fastest so far in practice. It is your current points leader, James Braswell, holding down the fort here as we take a look at the Autocraft Paint and Body Works Championship standings, where James Braswell holds down the point lead over John Darby, Justin Holt, Brandon Marlowe, and Jacob Lassiter, rounding out your top 5. Kyle Vandergriff, Larry Townsend, Sage Luther, Tyler Carter, and Blake Brown rounding out your top 10 coming into racing action here tonight. Like we said, we will have 2 rounds of qualifying here tonight. First round will be 8 laps in distance, set up by random draw how the drivers came through the back pit gate. Then that will get set into a second round of qualification, where that will be 12 laps in distance, all serving with points there. So someone could sweep tonight. We could see a change for that points lead in just one night's time. Next week we will be heading to, I believe that is Cedar Lake next Thursday night, or next Tuesday night. I get my days all mixed up here. As a short week for me personally, so proud to be here at Sarver, Pennsylvania in 1 week's time. Next week, I believe, was scheduled to be Kokomo, but Kokomo gonna be replaced there, so we'll find out where we're headed in 1 week's time. And then it'll be the Cedar Lake for the championship night. 75 laps, the second and final crown jewel, as we get ready to go with our first round of heats here tonight. Everybody's starting to get lined up onto the stretch there. So I want to thank everybody for tuning on in. And while we got a hot minute, make sure if you're new watching on the YouTube side, hit that little subscribe button. We are chasing 2,000 subscriptions. And when we do that, we might have some great prizes to give away. So hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and get notified every time the All-Star Racing Series goes live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Heat race number 1 brought to you by ABR Setup Shop, and this is your starting lineup. Starting on the pole in the Hood Up Motorsports, car number 38, it is Larry Townsend. Outside of him, he went to victory lane 1 week ago in car number 331, that is Justin Holt. Starting on the inside of row number 2, what a stacked heat race this one is there, folks. In the inside of row number 2, will be the 18 JR. That is your current points leader. That is James Braswell Jr. in a very sharp-looking race car. New wrap on that automobile coming in here tonight. Outside of him, the driver out of Tennessee, Jacob Lassiter, in that Max Green sponsored number 51 runner-up 1 week ago at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Starting in this guy needs to get a little better hand in the drawing. The number 28, this is Blake Brown. He seems to be starting in the back of the field every week in heat race number 1. Blake Brown, don't expect him to stay there though, folks. He will move towards the front in a hurry. And shotgun on the field in the ABR setup shops. Heat race number 1 will be the number 37 of Brandon Marlowe. So Brandon Marlowe going to roll off 6th, as that is your 6-car starting field as the field paces behind that Chevy Pace truck. It is down and away as we get ready to go with heat race number 1 coming at you. Green flag is up and we are underway in our first race of the night. Townsend with a nice shot all the way back up to the outside. Here comes the number 38 as he digs on the bottom. Down the backstretch they come. You see him jostling for position. Townsend showing the way. Holt down to the inside. Justin Holt works the bottom of the racetrack 2 by 2 in your top 2 rows. To enter turn number 1. Down the backstretch they come. We keep our eyes on the 31 of Holt. He chases the backside of that Hood Up Motorsports number 38. Now he'll cut to the inside. Townsend down on the outside. Holt to the inside. New race leader by the crossover move off of turn number 2 and into turn 3. Townsend going to rip the bottom of the racetrack. Everybody up on the outside. That outside line is going to come treacherous. You can already start seeing it starting to slick off as Braswell works behind the number 51 of Lassiter. That's the bid for your 3rd spot. Your current points leader runs in 4th. Is back at the... Oh, 1 car hard on the outside. Your leader upside down on the front stretch. Townsend, that is the number 18 of Braswell. And he is going to end up on his lid in heat race number 1. Tough break for your current points leader. Not what you want to see, as that all started in front of him. Not quite sure who got out of shape. I believe it was the 38 of Larry Townsend. I believe Townsend got into the outside wall. Jacob Lassiter also involved in that one. So a big shakeup here in heat race number 1. So tough break there. Let's see if we have a replay of what happened there. You see the number 51 working to the outside. You see Townsend right there in front of him. Townsend working the outside of the racetrack and just gets up over the cushion. Lassiter as well. Both of those 2 drivers hit, and then it was on for the 18 junior of Braswell, who ends up on his lid. Glad to see Kyle out there. Thank you for tuning on in here tonight. We would rather see you on the racetrack. You might be in heat race number 2. I can't quite keep track here, but if you're not here tonight, we'll see you next week, hopefully, with his turn 3 koozie. We appreciate your support. I believe we do have a few left. If you are interested in a turn 3 koozie, I believe we have a few. Give the page a message and we'll get that all sorted out for you. But the field's still pacing behind the pace truck as they work here. Is Larry Townsend going to move back into that number 2 spot? Blake Brown is now in 3rd. As we are back underway here in this heat race. Braswell back out onto the racetrack. He's in the pits as we got 4 laps to go in the ABR setup shop heat race number 1. Down to the inside, Blake Brown running 2nd. He is being hounded by the 38 of Townsend, and here comes the 37 of Brandon Marlowe. Marlowe works the bottom racetrack, 3 wide down the back stretch. Who's going to come out of it? Up at the front of this one, it is nothing but Justin Holt, as the left front really carries up contact down the straightaway. Brown on the outside, Marlowe working down low. That's the bid for your 2nd spot with 2 laps to go, as they're all chasing the number 31 of Justin Holt. Great action back here for the number 2 spot as Holt way out on the front of this one. The field migrating down a little bit below. Brandon Brown now has sole possession of spot number 2, but off of turn number 4, ABR setup shop heat race number 1 is going to go to Justin Holt. Blake Brown's going to hold on to the number 2 spot. Brandon Marlowe, third. Lassiter, fourth. Townsend and Braswell will round out your top 6 here in heat race number 1. Action in the books. And just like that, we'll be headed into heat race number 2. Quick note, ABR Setup Shop is your full setup shop. Weekly for your weekly official setups, custom individual setups, and individual coaching. For more information, you can check them out at abrsetupshop.com. Heat race number 2, getting ready to grid up here, and we have 5 cars getting ready to set to go. And on the outside, or inside of the front row, will be car number 20, the driver out of the Mid-South Mafia team. Car number 20 out of Marion, Arkansas, the Braswell Trucking. Car number 20, it is Tyler Carter. Outside of him, in car number 117, this driver is in the Wrath Racing. Car number 117, it is Jeremy Prey. John Darby in car number 00 will roll off in that 3rd spot. Outside of him will be car number 23, the driver out of Conway, Arkansas. It is Matt George. And shotgun on the field will be car number 44. This driver hails from Jonesboro, Arkansas, looking for some sponsors on that number 44 as season 2 will be quickly approaching. It'll be the number 44 of Mike Stevenson. That is your 5-car field. 8 laps will be the distance for heat race number 2. You know, you probably just jinxed them there, Kyle. Kyle in on chat there saying, Tyler, don't screw this up for a change. That's a little harsh, I think. I thought Tyler was doing a great job so far this season. He's had a couple rough races, but hey, maybe he'll turn it around here. Pace truck will be down on the way into the hands. They will come into turn number 3. The JDM Designs heat race number 2 is underway. Down the back stretch, Carter still leads the way down into the corner. Side by side behind them, though, is the John Darby automobile. That 00 really digging down low as they work here into turn number 1. Down on the inside, we go on board with John Darby with the Sim Motion onboard camera. You can really start to see how slick that racetrack is as Carter still leads it, but John Darby trying to work the outside of the speedway. Down the front stretch, they'll have to hit the hooks in the turn number 1. Up on the outside, that Jeremy Prey working the 117 on the outside. He was being challenged by the number 23 of Matt George, but all eyes are glued on the front of this one. Carter a little bit sideways, and here comes Darby. Contact down the front stretch, Darby down low. Carter on the outside, got a little bit loose, that time off turn number 4. Down the backstretch they come. It'll be the number 20 leading the way in the turn. Contact again. Darby gets sideways, out of shape. One car going to get sideways. That's George. All the way down the front stretch they come. Darby able to slide into that 3rd spot. Up front with 3 laps to go. Tyler Carter showing the way as he works down in the turn 3. Prey throws it in there, but here comes Darby. And Stevenson contact in the back of the pack. Stevenson making hard contact with the 00 Darby. Everybody keeps it pointed in the right direction as the popsicle sticks are melting to just 1 lap to go, this time off turn number 4. Tyler Carter trying to pick up the heat race win here in the Braswell Trucking car number 20, trying to make Kyle happy out there in YouTube land. Down the backstretch, final bid for Jeremy Prey. He's going to send it in hard on the outside, but off of turn number 4. It'll be Tyler Carter picking up the JDM Designs heat race to win. Prey will come home second. Darby, Stevenson, and George will round out your field in heat race number 2. And just like that, we will head to the 3rd heat race of the evening. And just like that, this is your starting lineup. Starting on the pole in car number 311 out of White Oaks, Texas with the DJG Milner Media Designs. Car number 31, it is Justin Holt. Starting to his outside in the Hood Up Motorsports, car number 28, it is Blake Brown. Blake Brown will start in spot number 2. Outside of him will be car number 3. It'll be Brandon Marlowe. Brandon Marlowe is going to start 3rd in car number 37. Starting 4th on the grid in car number 51 out of Dresden, Tennessee in the Max Green Milner Media and Designs. Car number 51, it is Jacob Lassiter. And shotgun on the field will be car number 38. That is Larry Townsend. And Townsend going to have to come from the back of the pack here in heat race number 3. As the field gets set up there behind her, we take a look down from the Autocraft Paint and Body Works down on this beautiful 4/10 of a mile racetrack. Very, very impressed so far with how the racing has been. Nobody has ventured up to over the outside of the track. I guess, well, could you say that maybe Townsend and Lassiter did in heat race number 1? I'm not quite sure. They did miss the cushion a little bit in turn number 4. But I don't want to say that was a full scent. But I can tell you, Townsend went to the Autocraft Paint and Body Works, got that car straightened out here for heat race number 3. Field pace is back here. It'll be Blake Brown and Justin Holt up on the front row for the FEGPC. Heat race number 3, green is up and we are underway. Well, quickly already down the backstretch they will come. It'll be the number 31 of Holt leading the way in the turn number 3. To his inside, the 37 of Marlowe. And you can see him really digging down on the inside as lap 1 goes into the buck. Lassiter working the outside of the racetrack. He's trying to work around the 28 of Blake Brown as they come in here to the turn numbers 3 and 4. Holt still leads it, but the 31 of Marlowe starting to close in on him. Last time by, it was a 0.4 second gap here. As we'll see who had the best last lap time. He was quickest on the racetrack as they come off turn number 4. Holt still leads it here, 9 to go. Last time by, it was Brandon Marlowe fastest on the racetrack, and Blake Brown mirroring him with a 15.77. Marlowe down to the inside. You can see him working down there in that dark clay. That's where the grip is, the middle of the racetrack, starting to get slicked off. Good battle here for that number 1 spot. Holt trying to sweep both heat race events as they work down the backstretch. It'll be Brown to the inside. Lassiter working outside. Townsend doing a good job back there in 5th, trying to feel this car out. Everybody doing a good job. Now Lassiter starting to work the outside of the racetrack down the backstretch around the 28 of Blake Brown. Brown doing a good job working the bottom of the racetrack here in the turn number 1. You see how close that cushion is to the outside wall as they roar down the backstretch. The high five sign going to come as we got a bid for your race lead. Marlowe takes a bid down low. Couldn't quite make it happen. Now Holt's going to go to the outside. Holt gets up to the cushion, gets a little bit tight. That allows the 37 of Marlowe to pull even. Down the backstretch in the turns 3 and 4. This time off the corner. It'll be Holt by half a car at the line with 4 to go. Justin Holt trying to figure out what to do. And as these two battle, that 51 starting to become a factor here as he's got the outside rolling here with 3 laps to go. 3-car battle up at the front of this one for your race lead in the FEGPC heat race number 3. Into the corner, it'll be Marlowe down low. He sticks the nose out front, but the momentum on the outside is going to carry the 31 of Holt with 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go here in heat race number 3 as they work down the backstretch. Lassiter now going to do battle with the 37 of Marlowe. The outside starting to roll here in heat race number 3. 2 final lap to go. Justin Holt looking to sweep the heat race as he picked up the heat race number 1, trying to pick up heat race number 2. He is in clear. Can he keep it on the racetrack? Off of turn number 4, Holt's going to pick up the win. Who will start on the pole? Lassiter will come home second. Marlowe, Brown, and Townsend will round out your 5-car field in the FEGPC heat race number 3. Just like that, heat race number 4 going to get ready to the grid up onto the racetrack. Can Tyler sweep here tonight? Take a look here. We got some notes being passed. Kyle filling us in. Kyle's, I'm going to put you to work here now. You can be the stat guy for us. Take a look at your starting grid for heat race number 4. Tyler Carter going to start on the pole for heat race number 4. Outside of him will be the 117 of Jeremy Bray. Next on the grid, we car number 00, the driver out of Drummond's, Tennessee. That is the 00 of John Darby. John Darby is going to roll off third. Outside of him will be the 44 of Mike Stevenson. Shotgun in the field, row number 3, the row that you're going to have to keep your eyes on. We'll see the 23 of Matt George in that Hood Up Motorsports automobile, and your current points leader, the 18 junior of James Braswell Jr., will roll off in spot number 6. Kyle out there saying that it'll be Tyler going to the back of the field for the feature. We will see if that happens. So far, he picked up heat race number 2 win. Can he make heat race number 4? Can he sweep the heat races? We are about to find out here in the Sim Motion heat race number 4. 12 laps is the distance. Tyler Carter, he'll pour the gas into the carburetor. We are underway. John Darby ready to go. He'll pull alongside the 117 of Prey. Everybody ready to go to do battle here in heat race number 4. Down the backstretch they come. They have the top 3 cars underneath the blanket for the first time in the turn 3. 3 wide off of turn number 4. How are they going to make a stick? John Darby will lead heat race number 4, lap number 1. Here comes there's still 3 wide, maybe 4 wide. Down the backstretch, we'll look high above with the Autocraft Paint and Body Works blimp cam. You can see them 3 wide with Braswell working down low. Bray on the outside, and George was running the middle. And you can see the different lines starting to form here as this track really becoming racy. Is now Tyler Carter back to your race lead. Carter going to take over that top spot as they work off the turn number 4 and down the front stretch. Tyler Carter back out front with 9 laps to go. Carter really doing a good job here tonight in that Braswell Trucking Mid Mafia entry number 20, really working down low. You can see the car getting gripped up, sends them a little bit high. Here comes Darby peeling to the outside. Darby on the outside. Can he roll the outside? And that JDM's Beard FX, car number 00. Braswell from 6th to 3rd already here with 7 laps to go. Can Braswell come up and steal it from his teammate? Carter doing a great job running the bottom side of this racetrack. Let's go on board. As one car up and over, that was the 18 of Braswell. Braswell hard into the outside wall. His yellow flag will come out. Tough break. This is not the night that your points leader was hoping for here at the Lernerville Speedway. Our first yellow flag of the evening, or second, excuse me. We had one in heat race number 1. This heat race getting slowed here. Let's take a look and see what happened to Braswell. See him working down the backstretch here, off the back straightaway. Trying to keep it going, comes back on, contact with Stevenson, then sends him back over. And hard contact with the right front on that Braswell Trucking, car number 18, Junior. So a tough break for James here as we are underneath the yellow flag. We come back to a live picture. Tyler Carter is your race leader. White flag being shown to the field as they work down the front stretch here. The lights go out around the Lernerville Speedway. Double final restart. Tyler Carter on the inside. Outside of him, the 00 of John Darby. Matt George up from the 5th spot. He'll restart in the 3rd position. Outside of him, the 117 of Jeremy Prey. Mike Stevenson and James Braswell in row number 3. Green flag is up. We are back underway in the Sim Motion Heat Race number 4. Down to the turn when they go, it'll be the 20 of Carter showing the way. Hitting the brakes hard was that number 23 of George. George doing a good job on the bottom of the racetrack. Keeping it right down there where the moisture is. You can tell where the moisture is on the racetrack by where the track is a little bit dark. You can kind of see where it's kind of black, shiny. There is no grip there as you bang the right rear off the cushion. The 00 Darby really doing a good job ripping the lip through turns 3 and 4, but Carter still leads it with 3 to go. Darby starting to close in on the backside as we go on board with the inside sim racing with the driver. You see him working outside of the racetrack. Darby with him run down the front stretch. He'll get the race lead into the corner with 2 to go. Darby puts the 00 nose out front, but Carter with a great drive on the inside. Drag race in the turn 3. Carter down to the inside. Darby on the outside. Jeremy Prey says, I'll just go through the middle. At the line, the white flag is out. It is Darby by half a car. Tyler Carter gets it a little bit high. He'll have to get on the gas pedal. Darby's going to have a 2-car length advantage in the turn 3. John Darby trying to pick up the heat race win. Carter down low. Can he get the power down? Darby will pick up the heat race win. Carter will come home second. Prey, George Stevenson, and Braswell will round out heat race number 4. And just like that, all the qualification is done here. And that will put us into our main event. It looks like all drivers are advancing here tonight into tonight's 50-lap main event here tonight for the Autocraft Paint and Body Works. Race number 8 of the season. 2 weeks left. Hard to believe that this one's already on the backside with just 2 races remaining. Well, we got a moment. We would like to sit and take a moment and thank the sponsors of the All-Star Racing Series here tonight at the Lernerville Speedway. And it is brought to you by Autocraft Paint and Body Works. You get into a fender bender, you need all the right service. Well, look no further. Autocraft Paint and Body Works, your full-service auto collision shop located in Brooklyn, Arkansas. For more information on how they can help your ride get back to its new finish at autocraftnea.com. ABR Setup Shop. Your full-service setup shop with weekly official setups, custom individual setups, and individual coaching from the 3-time world champion Alex Bergeron and his crew, ABRSetupShop.com. JDM Designs. You want to look your very best like these drivers do out here tonight? Well, look no further than JDM Designs. Get that wrap on your race car and you put it in victory lane and look good doing so. FEGPC, also known as the Ford Entertainment Group, specializes in sim racing, sim flight gaming machines with over 4,500 PC built and counting. They can do it all for you. It's maximized and tune your specific sim. All FEG PCs come with a front-to-back warranty on every part as well as free labor, a true everything covered warranty. Sim Motion, your one-stop shop for sim rigs, chassis, pedals, wheels, and anything to do with sim racing. And Inside Sim Racing TV. For all your up-to-date iRacing news, you have to check it out at www.isrtv.com. Well, and just like that, we are ready to go. Feature event racing, the field starting to assemble behind the Chevy Silverado pace truck on pit road. And this is what your starting lineup will look like. Starting on the pole in car number 1. Car number 31, it'll be Justin Holt. Justin Holt going to start on the pole. Outside of him will be car number 20 or 00 of John Darby. Jacob Lassiter is going to roll off in spot number 3. And outside of him will be car number 20 of Tyler Carter. Starting on the 5th row, or third inside of row number 3 and spot number 5, the car number 37. That is Brandon Marlowe. Car number 37. Outside of him will be car number 117. That is Jeremy Prey. Starting 7th on the grid in car number 28 out of Paragould, Arkansas, in the Autocraft Paint and Bodyworks Sim Motion Man Motorsports, Gary Beard Trucking. Car number 28, it is Blake Brown. Blake Brown rolling off 7th. Outside of him will be car number 23. That is Matt George. Matt George in the out of Conway, Arkansas, will roll off 8th. 9th starting spot will be car number 38. That is Larry Townsend. In shotgun on the field will be car number 44 of Mike Stevenson. Trouble for your current points leader coming into tonight's racing action, the 18 junior of Braswell, failing to make the show. This will shake up the points. I am sure of it. Well, the field rolling slow. This is the final time you'll see them slow through turns 3 and 4. As we get ready to go, 50 laps of action coming at you. Green flag is up. We are underway. Holt going to lead them down in the turn number 1, side by side. Lassiter working to the inside. He'll take spot number 2 away. They work down the back stretch. It'll be Darby out to the outside, trying to make it work. In the turn number 1 and 2, still lots of action here. We go high above. Look at the action at the middle of the pack here. Marlowe working down low. The 20 of Carter really ripping the lip. Multiple lines out there. Contact down the front stretches. Carter will bang doors with a 117 up Ray. Everybody doing a great job as they work down the back stretch and into turn number 3. You can really see the moisture on the bottom of the racetrack. That'll stay there for a few laps, but as more drivers run down there, it'll go away. Side-by-side battle off of turn number 2. That's the 51 of Lassiter trying to make it up there. John Darby runs in spot number 3. Already 5 laps into the books here. It's the 31 of Holt trying to go to victory lane for the 2nd week in a row as they work through the corner. Everybody getting into the groove right now. You can see how treacherous this racetrack is as they work around it, trying to work the outside of the racetrack. Down to the inside, it was the number 31 of Holt showing the way. Lassiter doing a great job down. Darby in the 3rd spot. Marlowe in spot number 4. Crowding out your top 5, being hounded by the 38 of Townsend. That's the 20 of Tyler Carter. Townsend runs in spot number 6. Jeremy Prey is in that 7th spot. 8th spot is Blake Brown. Mike Stevenson runs in spot number 9. And Matt George rounding out your field as John Darby and Lassiter still running 2 and 3, trying to chase down Justin Holt. Darby working the bottom of the racetrack there in spot number 3. Good battle back here for the 4th spot. Tyler Carter trying to work to the outside of the 37 of Marlowe. And he has brought the 38 of Townsend into play. They're doing a great job here. Watch this battle for that 4th spot. The 20 of Carter really rolling the outside of the racetrack. He's got Townsend right there in the back pocket. Townsend down to the inside, trying to take away that 5th spot from Carter. Has to shuffle up a little bit. We go on board with the 38 of Larry Townsend. Starting to fall back into these guys. So we come back out here. This battle still raging on for that 4th position. Marlowe doing a fantastic job running the bottom of the racetrack. Carter's car steps out every time in turn number 4. A little bit loose off the corner. Now Townsend's going to take a bit to the inside. Can he make a run on the 20 of Carter? Carter works the outside of the racetrack down in the turn 3 and 4. Carter doing a good job that time. Townsend's going to try to go through the middle. These 3 cars, raging battle. That's allowing the 117 of Prey to start to close in on them. Down into the corner, it'll be the 20. Townsend up the racetrack, contact with the 20 of Carter. They both hit the hooks. Everybody keeps it pointed in the right direction. This one going by very quick as your race leader, Justin Holt, still leads it. But Lassiter starting to close in spot number 2. That gap has now shrunk to underneath a second as they work through to the corner. Lassiter really close to the outside wall down the front stretch. Back here to the battle for that spot number 4. There's still Marlowe showing the way. Townsend has gotten by the 20 of Carter and now is trying to get by the 37 of Brandon Marlowe. Carter runs there in spot number 6. Jeremy Prey in the 117 trying to close in as well. Stevenson runs in spot number 8. Brown in 9th. And Matt George rounding out your top 10 as your race leaders work around the outside down to the turn number 1. Hear the throttle work on your race leaders. We were just on board looking back out of the iRacing flea market. On board camera. Holt doing a great job working the outside of the racetrack here. Lassiter runs in spot number 2. You see how treacherous that outside is becoming. John Darby runs in spot number 3 at the halfway point. 25 are in, 25 laps remain here tonight at the Lernerville Speedway. 4th spot belongs to the 37 of Marlowe, and Marlowe starting to close the gap on that 3rd spot. Brandon Marlowe trying to make a push for that 3rd and final podium position here tonight. Larry Townsend runs in spot number 5. 6th spot belongs to Tyler Carter, doing a great job there. And at number 27th is Jeremy Prey. Mike Stevenson runs in 8th. 9th spot belongs to Blake Brown. Brown, your last car on the lead lap as your race leader starts to close in on him. This track becoming very treacherous around the speedway. Lassiter runs in spot 2, but here comes Justin Holt. Holt working the outside of the racetrack. It'll be 21 laps to go at the line as Blake Brown works to the inside of the racetrack. Race leader stretching it out now over 2 seconds over. Something happened to Lassiter. Lassiter has jumped the cushion. That's going to push him back to the 3rd position. He comes back on only losing 1 position. Now he'll have to try to reel in the 00 of John Darby. Lassiter pushing the issue and jumped the cushion in turn number 1 and 2, 1 lap ago. Brandon Marlowe rolls in spot number 2. or in spot number 4, excuse me, trying to catch up to this duo. As now the yellow flag comes out. Blake Brown has gone around here tonight. Off the corner, Blake Brown. He will come back on. Looks like the car not hurt by any rare. With 18 laps to go, we get our first yellow flag of the evening. Let's see what happened to the number 28 of Brown, working down into the corner. Gets on the outside and just up and over. And I can tell you from experience, folks, that is easy to do here at the racetrack. He almost made it out to the catch fence. Able to save that race car. It'll see another day. But we are slowed for the first time here tonight. I want to thank everybody for tuning on in here to the Turn 3 Racing Network for the All-Star Racing Series. Justin Holt is your race leader. John Darby will line up on the outside of that front row. Jacob Lassiter will roll on the third spot. Fourth will be Brandon Marlowe. Then it's the 38 of Larry Townsend, Tyler Carter. The person who did not want to see that yellow flag come out, well, that was your race leader, the 31 of Holt. Holt was checked out. That has now been erased. Can he grow the lead through turns 3 and 4? Coming back to the green flag. Green flag is up, and we are back underway. Down to the turn 1, Holt going to jump back to the outside. Lassiter down low, and just like that, we are back underneath the yellow flag. As Larry Townsend and Tyler Carter have made contact on this restart. Let's go back and see what happened. See Townsend on the inside, Carter on the outside. Oh, it looked like a little bit of a netcode situation, and it warped them both into the outside wall. Larry Townsend goes up and over, and he will have to make the tow. So a tough break for the 38 of Larry Townsend as we are slowed here for the second time coming to the restart. Holt shows the way. Jacob Lassiter runs in spot number 2. John Darby is third. Fourth now is Brandon Marlowe. Fifth will go to the 20 of Tyler Carter, Jeremy Prey, Mike Stevenson. Matt George and Blake Brown round out your current cars running. Larry Townsend in the pit, not losing any laps underneath these. Yellow flags do not count in the All-Star Racing Series. I want to thank everybody for tuning on in here once again as we are chasing the 2,000 subscriptions. If you are watching the Turn 3 Racing Network for the first time, hit that subscribe button. Get notified every time that the All-Star Racing Series goes live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We have racing from the short tracks like South Boston to the dirt tracks of Lima Land here at Lernerville to the high banks of Daytona and even to the new Red Bull circuit. We have everything sim racing here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We are your one-stop shop, and you will not need to look any further for all your sim racing watching needs here. We have racing 7 nights a week, multiple races a night. If you love motorsports, we are the spot to be. Hit that subscribe button here. Hit the thumbs up on the YouTube and on the Facebook side. Let these drivers know that you appreciate their efforts here tonight. Green flag is back out here as they work down the front stretch. Larry Townsend able to get back out onto the racetrack, and he will join the field. That time Holt had a back bumper full of Lassiter down the back stretch. In the turn number 1 and 2, 3 and 4 they come. It'll be Justin Holt still showing away with 16 to go. Into the corner. Everybody still side by side. John Darby working that inside. He's your third and final podium spot. Here comes Jeremy Prey. He's trying to work the bottom of the racetrack underneath the 37 of Marlowe. Marlowe with the momentum on the outside. He will hold on to that fourth position as they work down here. Justin Holt still shows the way. All eyes are on this battle for the third position. Marlowe working the outside of the racetrack. John Darby working about a half a lane lower. Now he'll go to the middle through turns 1 and 2. 37 of Marlowe works the outside but can't do anything with him as we have trouble down here. Tyler Carter has gone around and Larry Townsend involved once again. Yellow flag coming out here. And the 20 of Carter going to go pit side. Let's take a look and see what happened to the number 20 of Tyler Carter. Carter working the outside of the racetrack down the front stretch. And into the corner. He will go up and, just hooks over the cushion. And he will spin it out. And I believe Larry Townsend comes in late and hard contact to the front end of the Hood Up Motorsports number 38 of Larry Townsend. Carter already coming back out of the pit road here. So quick work to that number 20. He will rejoin the field. But he will be back in spot number 8. Looks like the 23 of Matt George going to get a lap back along with the 28 of Blake Brown. So all your cars will be on the lead lap here. Justin Holt is your race leader. The 51 of Lassiter is second. Then is John Darby and Brandon Marlowe in row number 2. Row number 3 is going to be the 117 of Jeremy Prey and the 44 of Mike Stevenson. Larry Townsend runs 7th. Matt George, Tyler Carter, and Blake Brown rounding out your field. And just like that, the lights have gone out around the Lernerville Speedway as we get ready to go back under green flag. Can Justin Holt go back to back? He picked up the win 1 week ago. Your top 3 is how they finished 1 week ago. Green flag is back up in the air. We are back underway, and Holt with a good jump of Lassiter ready to go as well. He's going to try to make a move in the turn number 1. Jacob Lassiter right to the back bumper once again, but can't quite do anything with him. Down the backstretch they come. To the corner and down the front stretch. It'll be the 31 of Holt showing away, but a good battle for that third spot. Brandon Marlowe works the outside of the racetrack. John Darby down low. Down the backstretch they come. Into your living room they will fly with 11 laps to go this time off of turn number 4. Ooh, contact there for that third spot. One car going around. Everybody keeps it pointed in the right direction and we stay green. Now the yellow flag will come out. We saw the action there. John Darby and the 37 of Marlowe making contact. And the yellow flag will come out with 10 laps to go. Let's go back and see what happened here. Off the corner, see Marlowe working the outside. Oh, a little bit of Netco starts it, and then up and they make contact. Stevenson gets a piece of it. Everybody starts to get straightened out, and then the yellow flag will come out. The yellow flying up for the 4th time here tonight in the All-Star Racing Series presented by Autocraft and Paint Body Works. Want to thank everybody for tuning on in there. Whether you're on the Facebook side or the YouTube side, these drivers appreciate your eyes watching their series here tonight. They put on a great show for you. Saw the first 30-ish, 40 laps here tonight, all under the green flag, and now, once the yellow flag has come out, it is These drivers are up on the wheel trying to get every position they can. Lights are out. We are ready to go back. Green flag race, and it'll be the 31 of Justin Holt showing the way. He has led it since the green flag has dropped. The 51 of Lassiter trying to make a bid on him. This time in turn number 4. Green flag is back up. It'll be 10 laps to go at the line. Lassiter holds on to that number 2 spot. Darby dives it down to the inside, but here comes Lassiter with a great run off the corner, but the forward drive that Holt has will power him to your race lead. Off of turn number 4, it'll be 9 to go. Lassiter within striking distance, and here comes Brandon Marlowe. Marlowe working the outside of the racetrack. He has gotten around the number 00 Darby. Darby back to the 4th spot. Jeremy Prey runs 5th, and now Lassiter really applying the pressure as we go on board with the Sim Motion onboard camera, chasing the 31 of Holt. Holt's car just really rotates and gets a great drive off with 7 laps to go. Marlowe runs in that 3rd spot. John Darby trying to chase him down to a Jeremy Prey running 5th. 6th spot is Mike Stevenson in car number 44. Larry Townsend and Tyler Carter battling it back here for the 7th and 8th position. Blake Brown and Matt George will round out your running order. Justin Holt this time off turn number 4. We'll see the high 5 sign with 5 laps to go. Can he lead it wire to wire here tonight at Lernerville? Lassiter closing in once again. Holt that time almost jumping the cushion. Now Lassiter right there on the back bumper. Lassiter going to take a bit to the inside. Can't quite do it. And yellow lights will come out as Tyler Carter has brought out the yellow flag once again. In turns 1 and 2 with just 4 laps to go. We have a shootout coming at you. I believe Tyler Carter had gone up over the cushion as they worked down here into the corner. See him working the outside of that, and up and over he will go. Up and over for sure, once, twice, and sticks the landing. Able to pull back away with the Bridesville trucking car number 20. He will keep trucking. Should be a quick yellow flag here tonight. Who thinks out there Justin Holt's going to hold on to pick up his 2nd win in a row, the 3rd on the season? Jacob Lassiter might have found something in that last restart. It is the 31's tires starting to go away. We will find out here. It'll be 3 laps to go when the green flag comes back out. Yellow lights are out around the speedway. I believe under 5 laps to go, it'll be a single file restart. You see the drivers in that formation. That'll work in the favor of Justin Holt. Pace truck down the way. Holt jumps on the gas pedal. Lassiter ready to go. Holt really loose there, getting down to the inside line. Opens up a 3-car length advantage in the turn number 1. Holt gets tight. That allows the 51 of Lassiter right to the back bumper. Can't do anything with him down the back stretch. In the turns 3 and 4 they come. Lassiter really starting to close the deal now within a car length down the front stretch. Justin Holt has been perfect all race long. That time through the corner will be a little bit more perfect. But Lassiter right there, 3 to go. He knows it's go time. Lassiter trying to work the outside. That time a little bit sideways off the corner. 2 to go. 2 laps to go for Justin Holt, who's opened up a 3-car length advantage. Lassiter pedaling as fast as he can down the backstretch. Can't quite do anything with him. This time in the turn number 3. White flag is up. Final trip around the speedway for car number 31 of Justin Holt. Justin Holt trying to hold the wheel pretty down the backstretch. One last ditch effort from Lassiter coming in the turn number 3. Can he make something happen? Down to the inside. Here comes Lassiter off of turn number 4. It'll be Holt picking up the win. Lassiter second. Marlowe will cross the line in third. Fourth will go to Derby. Bray will come home fifth. Sixth to Townsend, Stevenson, Brown, Carter, and George will round out your field. And just like that, 50 laps done here at Lernerville. And Justin Holt is your victor here tonight, as he will make the hard left-hand turn, pull it down into victory lane. Jacob Lassiter will cross the line in second. Brandon Marlowe third. And that, just like that, we are done here at Lernerville. We will be right back, though, with the Autocraft Paint and Body Works post-race show. You are watching the All-Star Racing Series.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back to Sarver, Pennsylvania's Lernerville Speedway, as the All-Star Racing Series has just finished up their 50-lap main event, as Justin Holt will go back to victory lane for the second week in a row, holding off Jacob Lassiter and Brandon Marlowe. We've made it down trackside to talk to our top three here on the front stretch, and we will get Justin Holt as he comes out of the race car. Justin, congratulations on your second straight win, but it did not look easy out there here tonight.
Oh man, this track's pretty tricky. Trying not to drive off the edge.
Yeah, talk about how tricky it is. We showed it in the heat races. Everybody doing a great job. We had a couple of guys go off in this feature event, but it seemed like that outside line was the line to be. And it's kind of a double-edged sword up there. You make one wrong mistake, and around you will go, and it ends your night.
Yeah, as far as I know, in these cars, the top's pretty much dominant. You just get so much momentum going around the top. It's hard to beat. But once it gets slick like this, I mean, that last restart, I almost went off on both ends. I thought Jacob was going to take me out, but, because it would have been my fault, but I pushed and had to slam on the brakes. But luckily he was paying attention.
Yeah, you're doing a great job. Talk about the pressure there. The last restarts, it looked like those yellow flags were not friendly to your race car. It looked like it took a couple laps for it to really get going. Were you a little bit nervous that maybe with those rash yellow flags towards the end of this race that maybe something was going to happen behind you?
Oh, no, I wasn't too nervous about the guys behind me. I mean, they're pretty good. I was just trying not to drive off the edge. My car, if I'm not up to speed all the way, it's tight. Once I get going, I'm fine. But Damn thing just don't want to turn until I get going good.
Well, you're going to come out of here with your second straight win here tonight. How does that make you feel as we close in on the last two races of the season? One of those being Cedar Lake to be the season finale.
Good. I mean, the points are pretty close now, so I think we actually have a chance of, in contention, I guess, for the championship. I don't know. I missed a week during the season, so I don't know. He has to update the points, and we'll see. But I like Cedar Lake a lot. Kokomo is pretty much a shithole, but maybe it'll be some good racing.
Well, before we let you roll on out of here tonight, Justin, who makes this all possible for you?
I want to thank everybody over at Flex Motorsports and $3.99 Esports, Milner Media and Design, and just Blake for putting this on, and you guys for broadcasting.
Well, congratulations on your second straight win. We will see you next week. Not quite sure where we're going. I don't believe we're headed to Kokomo, so we'll figure that one out together, I guess. But we'll see you next week.
All right, on the schedule it says Kokomo, so I don't know if he changed it or not. We'll just have to see.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I was told it was changing, but not 100% sure here yet. But we'll figure it out, and we'll see you at the next race. Congratulations on your win here tonight.
All right, thank you.
There you go. That is Justin Holt picking up tonight's race win here at the Lernerville Speedway, finishing in that second spot, runner-up once again, but had a great battle with it. Was that number 51 of Jacob Lassiter, and Jacob, really gave a run for it here at the later stages of this race. The track was very tricky, though. Talk us through this feature event.
Oh man, it's white knuckle just trying to hang on, and I felt like I could get into one good, and he was kind of diamond in the corner, and I'd get a run, but we was kind of even in 3 and 4. It's just tough to pass, but he was good all night. I don't think we'd have had anything for him.
Talk us about this racetrack. We saw that the bottom was pretty good at the start of this feature event. Then the track migrated to the middle and then up towards the outside there. And how close it is. We saw that you did jump that cushion just one time, lost one position, but were able to gain it back. Just how tricky as a driver is it to hit that line and be perfect running that outside here?
Man, I mean, I really thought the bottom would come back in, or at least come in. I was waiting to see Brandon or John poke their nose in while we were up top, but it just never came in. I got over we had a decent lead, so when I got over the berm, I didn't try just not to drive it off into the depths down there. I tried to get back on the track, and didn't want to take anybody out. I was trying to look at my relative because I don't run a mirror, so trying to see where everybody was at, and I knew John had went by me, and then I seen there was a little bit of gap back to Brandon. I knew Brandon being a teammate and all, he would probably cut me a little slack trying to get back on the track. But yeah, I mean, I actually got second just by technicality. iRacing, when they don't count cautions, if you're able to get to the line at least even or in front of somebody, it doesn't give you a black, but then it gives you the spot in front of them. I'm not sure why iRacing hasn't figured out a way to fix that, but we kind of got second that way, and we just tried to hold on, man. Like I said, Justin would get over the berm just a little, and I'd check just a little because I didn't want to take both of us out, be a teammate. No, I want to see at least one of us get the win.
Well, you're going to come home with a second place here tonight. Good overall points night for this 51 team as we head into the final 2 weeks. I believe there might be a schedule change. We're slated to go to Kokomo, but we'll find out if that's going to happen next week or not. I know that they posted a little bit of management stuff going on there inside with the league here. So we'll find out if we're going to go to Kokomo or not, but we have Cedar Lake coming up. Well, hopefully we'll see you maybe one spot better in one of those 2 weeks coming up here. But who makes it all possible here tonight to get you the second place finish?
I just got to thank the team, 399 Esports with Justin and Brandon, and Flex Motorsports and all the guys over there. And then I got to thank Milner Media with his wrap on the car. I got to thank Blake and all the ones that put the league on, give us a place to race. Man, it's a headache, and we sure appreciate having a place to run. And I just got to thank you for the broadcast, and then I got to thank the wife for taking care of the little one.
Well, congratulations on that second place finish. We'll see you in 1 week's time here for round number 9 of the All-Star Racing Series. That was the driver of the 51 of Jacob Lassiter, and that will leave us with our third place finisher here tonight. This driver had his hands full out there. That was the driver of car number 37 of Brandon Marlowe. And Brandon down here on the front stretch. And Brandon, we were just talking about how you had great battles all night long running side by side with a lot of these drivers. How much fun and also how much nerve-wracking was it out there for you in this number 37 here tonight?
It was a lot of fun. This track is really treacherous. It's difficult to get around, and not having the outside wall, it's just begging for you to drive off.
Yeah, talk about, we saw that contact down the front stretch between yourself and John Darby, and the yellow flag coming out there. It looked like, from our perspective, maybe a little bit of net code that actually started that contact. You kind of got lucky that the car did not go over and end your night.
Yeah, I hate that. I definitely didn't mean to get into him. I gassed it up a little bit too much and spun the tires and just racing hard. I think we came together there, just both trying to keep that same real estate. But I was definitely fortunate the car didn't go over.
This racetrack being very tricky here tonight, and we were talking about in the pre-race show just about how fine of a line it is running the outside of the racetrack. We saw you really digging down low. Coming into tonight, was that your plan, trying to keep that car low until the top side became very dominant?
Yeah, I ran quite a few practice laps last night. I was really hoping that the bottom would come in. I could kind of stay away from that top, but early on in the feature, I realized that I was definitely gonna, if I wanted any chance at a decent finish, I was gonna have to move up and try to figure the high side out.
Well, you did a good job with that, coming home in that third spot here tonight. You were closing. What else did you need out of this race car to maybe get up there and challenge the 51 and the 311?
I don't know if I really had much for them. Both of those guys, they're pretty consistent. They both run hard. We're all teammates, so it was pretty cool to see to get a top three, for the whole team. So they were going to be tough to beat.
Well, you come home with that third place finish here. We got 2 races left in the season. Hopefully we'll see you park this 37 in victory lane here. But before we let you roll on out of here, who makes it all possible for this number 37 team here tonight?
I'd just like to thank Milner Media and Designs for the wrap, Flex Motorsports, and 399 Esports, and my wife, most importantly, for taking care of the little one so I can come in here and have some fun.
The unsung heroes of the race team, always the wife and the girlfriends here. We got to thank them for allowing us to have fun on a Tuesday night, and we appreciate the efforts in the show that you put on for us here tonight. Congratulations with that third place. We'll see you next week at somewhere. We're going somewhere, not quite sure where yet.
Yep. Guys for broadcasting, you did a great job.
Thank you, Brandon. That is Brandon Marlowe, driver of the 37. He'll finish in that third position. And that will wrap up the Autocraft Paint and Bodyworks post-race show here tonight at the Lernerville Speedway. Let's take a look at your unofficial results coming out of Lernerville. It was Justin Holt picking up the win. Jacob Lassiter will cross the line in spot number 2, and Brandon Marlowe, we just talked to him, finishing in spot number 3. John Darby would come back to finish in the 4th spot. Jeremy Prey with a top 5. Larry Townsend, Mike Stevenson, Blake Brown, Tyler Carter, and Matt George rounding out your top 10. James Branswell credited with a 11th place finish here tonight. Well, that will do it for myself. As always, I want to thank you all for watching here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. I know the drivers and all the sponsors of the All-Star Racing Series appreciate what you do for them by watching. Thank you all for tuning in. As always, my name is Upstate Ale, and it's been a pleasure of bringing you tonight's racing action from Sarver, Pennsylvania. Until next week, keep it wheels down, and we will see you at the races.